Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Nobody Asked My Opinion podcast. I'm your host Siobhan, where as usual nobody asked my opinion, but I damn sure I'm going to give it anyway. Before I get started guys, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you when you do. Alright guys, what am I talking about today? I'm talking about the mess that is the Remy Ma and Papoose situation. So for those of you who have not been watching, over the weekend, Papoose and Remy Ma, both rappers, New York rappers, have been going back and forth over a messy situation that happened. So let me give you guys backstory. For those of you who don't know, Remy Ma and Papoose have been together, I want to say since like 2007 or something like that. They started dating or whatever. And then Remy Ma went to jail for assault, for apparently shooting an associate of hers, accusing her of taking money or whatever. So she went to like Bedford Hills Correctional. I think she did like an 8-year bid or whatever. Remy Ma is most famous for, she had other hits and has had hits after that. But she kind of came onto the rap scene with like Fat Joe and them from like the song Lean Back. That's what a lot of people remember her from. She had a great hook on that and a great delivery for it. Papoose has always been around. He's big in the New York hip hop scene. Great lyricist, like great rapper. I've always been a fan of Papoose, his flow and everything. I think he's, extremely talented. But so they apparently got married over the phone while she was in lockup. She had a kid, not by Papoose, before then, and I guess Papoose was holding it down. I think she has a son by someone else, and they got married over the phone, and then got together, like obviously publicly when she got out, and it became like this whole huge like PR thing because they were doing the whole kind of the ghetto love. They released a song called Black Love. Ironically, everybody they discuss on that song, either a lot of them are divorced or have the most public toxic relationships. Like they mentioned Will and Jada and everything else, and but they were kind of like the more urbanized answer to Jay-Z and Beyonce. I think they went on like Love and Hip Hop, and people love the story of again, that whole hold me down, get whatever, the whole ghetto love type of situation, and that they overcame that and all that, and became a huge hip hop couple with a lot of expectations on them. So flash forward, there's always been alleged rumors about Remy Ma cheating. There were rumors back when she was locked up that she was actually cheating on Papoose with a girl that she was in lockup with. And those kind of went the way of the wayside, but that was always, there was always whispers about that. Flash forward to about 2 years ago, there were little articles popping up that Remy Ma was being seen out in public with another rapper, like at dinner, like hugged up on this guy. And I guess him and Papoose did a rap battle that ended up in like a fight, so to speak. Well, flash forward to now, the female boxer, Clarissa Stevens, I want to say, is it Clarissa Stevens? I'm sorry, Clarissa Shields. World famous boxer. This girl has taken, she holds, I think, the top titles in all of like the big boxing things. This girl's a professional boxer, female boxer, and holds titles for male and female that nobody else has. Like, she's incredibly well known. And I apologize for not knowing her better. I don't follow female boxing, but so again, this girl is known. This girl goes on Hot 97 on The Breakfast Club with Charlamagne and proceeds to discuss that she has been in a fairly open relationship for the past 2 years with Papoose. It's not a secret. It's not a well-kept, like everybody's known. She goes to discuss details, saying how they fall asleep together, how, she's not coming after Remy Ma and everything else like that. Well, damn. Obviously, Remy Ma and Papoose had I don't know if it was like if it's an open marriage or if it's just at that point, at the point they are now from where they were in the beginning, they're just done with each other and just dating other people. But they weren't making a secret of it. But I also don't think they wanted it all their business out there, especially Remy Ma. Well, Remy Ma went full metal jacket and started disclosing receipts on Papoose, and they've both been going back and forth over the weekend, just attacking each other. This resulted in Papoose filing for divorce and then egging Remy Ma on that she has not filed yet. Remy Ma went after Clarissa at one point and called this girl Clarence. Now, I gotta be, the internet had a field day with that one. First of all, I don't think, Remy Ma, this girl's a professional boxer. I don't think that's the girl you come for. Just my 2 cents, it's not like this girl can't hold her own, right? Now I would ask, what was Clarissa's motivation for going on The Breakfast Club and disclosing this? Now, I'm not on anybody's side. This whole thing has become just a giant cluster, okay? But I do wonder what was her motivation for going on there and making this such a, she didn't help the situation. If anything, it only made it worse. I don't know if Papoose supported her going on there. I can't imagine he would. Again, they have been Papoose and Remy have been openly dating other people, but they never got a divorce. A lot of people are coming after Papoose, Remy included, mocking him and making fun of him, that he knew she was cheating. He even said he knew she'd been cheating on him for years, with not just the rapper she's currently cheating with, but other people, and he just never divorced her. Well, obviously in the hip-hop world, in the rap community, he's being called names. Remy Ma's called him names. He's being called like a simp and everything else. People are coming for Papoose because a lot of people are questioning, why didn't you leave her? People, Papoose people were talking about he held her down while she was in jail. He kept her name out there, especially in the music industry. So I don't think it's fair to go after Papoose. Now, does it look good for him as a male, particularly a black male, for allowing this to happen in his purview? No, it does not look good at all. If he knew she was cheating, my answer to that is that I think that their marriage has been done for a while, or they do this toxic stuff back and forth, and then they make ups to breakups, right? But I think their marriage has been over for a minute, and they both just decided to, say F it and live their life how they're going to live it. And that's why the public dating, with him dating Clarissa Shields and her dating, and Remy dating this rapper. I don't think they wanted it exposed to the way it just was on The Breakfast Club. And so I think that's where the venom is coming from Remy Ma. Here's what I hate about this situation. Number one, Clarissa Shields is always going to be remembered for this. Whatever accomplishments this woman does, I should say, she's always going to be linked to this now. There will always forever be an article because she's being attacked online, being called a homewrecker, being called the mistress and everything else like that. Even though technically, is she the mistress? Because some people are calling her his girlfriend. I mean, he's still legally married. I don't even know. There's so many names for this stuff now, guys. Situationship, mistress, side piece, whatever. I don't know the terminologies. I don't know what the rules are. It's like the Wild Wild West out here. But she's always going to be remembered for this. Did she have his permission to go on The Breakfast Club and start talking about this and how they fall asleep on the phone? Again, not making Papoose look like the strong male he needs to look. He's looking a little mushy, okay? So of course, Remy Ma is just going to attack. That's what Remy Ma does. Well, Papoose responded back, allegedly saying he allegedly has written 90% of Remy Ma's lyrics, which this one didn't come as a big surprise to me because I've never, if you guys remember, Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma had a beef going back and forth many years ago, and she had kind of accused her of that and insinuated that. I honestly never thought that Remy Ma was this incredible female rapper. And with Papoose behind her, if you ever heard anything how Papoose flows and how he produces, I always assumed, especially once he became her husband, that he was helping her write, or they were co-writing a lot of these songs together. So that one didn't come as a huge surprise. But of course, it pissed off Remy Ma, who then responded back with receipts stating that Papoose has been selling some of their items, particularly her jewelry, and she produced a receipt from a pawn shop. And I mean, it's just gotten nastier and nastier, guys. Clarissa Shields is being attacked by some content creators, again, being called the side piece, being made fun of, which I don't think was her intention to do it. Although, again, I don't know what her intention is. If anybody can explain her mindset to me to go on there and just kind of blow this up, please, somebody tell me in the comments, because that's the one I'm like, well, I don't know why you just decided to light the match to this. Maybe she thought this would push Papoose into a more public relationship or force his hand for them to make some type of decision on his and Remy's marriage. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But regardless, these guys, Remy and Papoose, have just been nasty, just going back and forth, back and forth. Here's my take on this, guys. Here's the crazy part. I don't know if I believe they're actually going to separate. I feel like this is some weird, twisted, like, foreplay game that Remy and Papoose have played and had played for years. Like this toxic thing that goes back and forth. They may not separate, guys. You know, as they say, cheaper to keep her, right? We don't know what their financial situation is. If he truly is selling jewelry, it may not be as great as we assume. But their foundation has only got stronger based on the two of them together. It's the same situation with Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's why I don't believe you will ever see those two get a divorce. Look, you got Beyonce right now doing her tour to shield away from the Jay-Z Diddy association, right? If anybody else thinks it's anything else to do with that, okay. But when you have some of these celebrity couples where, again, Will Smith and Jada, where they're known for being this powerhouse couple together, when you introduce it's a fairy tale, first of all, because they all are, if you look at this is very similar to the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith situation. Both of them have outside people, and it was not a surprise to their children, their friends, their family. It was more a surprise to everybody else, right? With the whole situationship and the whole like what is it? What did Jada call it? Either way, guys, this is not a new thing. But do I think that they may end up back together? Absolutely. Even though Remy and Papoose are just spitting venom back and forth at each other, we don't know the inner workings of their marriage. And if they had any type of understanding for them to kind of silently go out there. Again, Remy's been spotted for years, snuggled up at dinners with different people. So this is not a surprise to anybody, but it is a surprise at the way it's gone about. So kind of everybody's back with their popcorn waiting to see what's going to happen. So far, Papoose filed, and it looks like he filed on his own, which is terrifying. He posted his divorce. I don't know if he has an attorney, but if he doesn't, Papoose, go get an attorney. Bro, what are you doing? Please, if there's an attorney, if you can't afford an attorney, someone help him, because this is going to end horribly. I don't know. Again, I don't know what their financial situation looks like, but you know, Papoose has been kind of egging back at Remy. Why haven't you filed? Why haven't you filed? And Remy's response was, well, I wanted this to go to like a mediation situation, because they share a child. They had a child a few years ago together, a little girl, which of course Papoose is saying now, Remy's not allowing him to see their child, and this is just going to get dirtier and dirtier. But what do I think the outcome of this is going to be? Again, I don't know if they're actually going to separate. They may not, and that will not come as a shock to me. I think the only person that's truly going to get burned in this situation is Clarissa Shields. I think this will affect her career going forward, because again, she is going to be remembered for this and none of the other accomplishments that this girl is going to do, will do, has done, future self. This is what she's going to be remembered for, because again, she's being torn apart online and being called the home wrecker and everything else. And ladies, I got to ask y'all, if their situation, Remy and Papoose, had this whole open marriage, why are people coming for Clarissa Shields? Is it because she did the whole match to the fire situation, or where like she decided to just open this up to the whole public's a public forum? Is that why people are coming after her? Because again, no one's sitting there coming after Remy Ma, who Papoose has said repeatedly has been cheating on me for years, multiple different relationships, allegedly has been cheating on him for years. But I read the comments and I'm not seeing people come after Remy Ma. They're calling Papoose names and everything else and calling this girl's names. And again, the internet's really coming for Clarissa. I mean, I'm glad that girl's a professional boxer. I think she can take care of herself. But let me know what you guys think. Like, what do you think this whole messy situation is how is it gonna end up? Like, what do you think the next step is gonna be? I think the first step needs to be that they need to yank out they need to yank out the phones out of Papoose and Remy Ma's hands so they can stop getting on the internet, because that's just going to make any divorce, if they do continue with the divorce filing, it's only going to make it worse. So they just need to, boop, boop the loop and just like shut up and just keep it moving. But I don't know, guys. Again, I'm the same person. It's Memorial Day weekend. This is only like we're sitting there and just like popcorning it out and seeing what they release and say next. But it's just sad. It's the whole situation is sad. But let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is at fault here? What do you think the outcome is going to be? I'm going to do a follow-up because I found an article. Someone had sent it to me about the top 10 reasons why men don't leave their wives for their mistress. And I'm going to do an article attachment, or rather an episode attachment, kind of responding to this, because I think this is a perfect scenario to attach that to. I think this girl really thought that Papoose was going to leave. And so far, I haven't seen a response to Papoose about this girl's appearance on the Breakfast Club. Please tell me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen anywhere where he has responded and said, yeah, we're in a solid, committed relationship. I want to marry this girl moving forward. I want to get out of my marriage so I can be with Clarissa. I haven't seen that. I don't know I don't know if I'm wrong. You guys tell me. But what do you think is going to outcome of this is going to be? Do you agree with me? Do you think this is just some weird toxic foreplay between Remy and Papoose and they're just going to end up right back together anyway? Or do you think he's going to leave her, or truly leave Remy for Clarissa, who Clarissa, by the way, I feel like you could have done so much better in the entire situation. Why would you have involved yourself in this mess? Whatever, guys. Get down in the comments. Let me know. As usual, nobody asked my opinion, but I damn sure I'm going to give it anyway. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.